Ladies and gentlemen, I have one of the hottest prospects in Ghana, the sexiest female artist that I have right with me right now. I have Sefa. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. This is actually the first international artist I'm speaking with face to face since coming out of lockdown.
Wow.
And it feels weird but great at the same time, because I was saying to a friend the other day that literally I feel like I need to be at home, that it feels weird that I'm even here. So I mean, like, you coming from the 19th of July, did you come through? Because I saw pictures that you come to the airport.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So how long have you here for?
I think I've been here so far. It's been like a week,
Yeah.
and I'll be here till the third, which is I think Tuesday.
Okay,
So I'm gonna
so
leave.
quite a while.
Yeah.
Have you seen any sights in London yet, or you just literally been go go go?
Um, I think we've just been working, but then I've seen a couple of places. They sent me to where they sell candy. I don't know
Oh, Candy.
why why they sent me there.
The only thing I'm thinking of is, like, if in Leicester Square there's a place called M&M World. So I don't know if
Yes,
it's
yes,
that.
we went to Leicester Square. That's where
Right.
we went to. But I'm hoping to see more before I go.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to see a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, you're already like in a nice part of London. It's like more trendy. Like, you should go to Shoreditch, because that's where
Wow.
all the trendy stuff happens.
Yeah.
So you definitely should go there.
Okay.
I mean, take us back briefly for the past 17 months, because obviously, you're coming to the UK now, and obviously you've been in Ghana for the most part.
Yeah.
So, how have you been feeling to keep yourself going over these past 17 months?
Well, it's been crazy because I just wanted people to get to know me more. I wanted to promote my brand more. So it's just been working for me. And COVID came into the whole scene, and it kind of slowed down things for me. But I think it kind of helped me too, because it made me get in touch with who I am as a person and as an artist. And it was during COVID that I had like my biggest song. So I can't say I'm grateful to COVID, because that would be so unfair to some people. But then
But I get what you mean, as in,
Yeah.
like, there's some elements of it that have pushed you further
Exactly,
from
that
it.
has pushed me further. And I mean, right now I'm just trying to promote myself, let people know me more, get out of where I am, my comfort zone, which is Ghana, where I come from. I'm trying to be more international now.
So what would you say has been the biggest lesson during these times then? Like, is there anything that stood out to you that you apply in your day-to-day life now?
The biggest lesson I think I have learned is that it doesn't matter the circumstance. If you want to get something done, you can still get it done.
Oh yeah, I
That's
preach
the
to that.
biggest lesson for me, because it felt like because of COVID everything was just closed down, everything was
Yeah.
shut down. And artists, we make our money from shows and stuff like that, but when COVID came, we had to do like the whole virtual thing and
Yes.
stuff like that. So you can still make money and you can still make your dreams come through, no matter like the
No matter what the
circumstance.
circumstance, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, well, let's get straight to it then. So, I mean, with a lot of artists I've been speaking with, a lot of their background seems to be that music comes from a young age,
Yes.
and you're no different.
Yeah.
You started as a child. You've done a lot of church choirs, but
Yeah.
what's interesting is that your mum kind of pressured you into it, as to say, like, you need to sing, girl. Like, you need to put your vocals out there. Whereas, like, it's more relaxed than that with other artists I've been speaking with. And then obviously you've been doing like bars and small venues,
Yeah.
and then it came to the point that D Black found you on Instagram, and that seems to be the common trend with a lot of the African artists I've been speaking with.
Yeah.
Like, IG is their best friend.
Yes.
So, I mean, also that you got signed to Black Avenue Music as well. So, when did you realize that your music was your career path that you wanted to take? Take me to that realization that this was for you, like music.
I think it started from right after high school, and when I was at home. In Ghana, there's a period you stay at home before you go to college, or that's how you guys call it. We call it university back then.
Right,
I don't know
that's
if you-
right, yeah.
Okay, so within that period, I was just at home, and my mom used to tell me, "Oh, what are we doing about your music? Because you're always saying you want to sing, you want to sing. What are we doing about it?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna try it. Let me try it out and see." And those times within those periods, I used to sing in clubs and pubs and stuff like that, as you said earlier on, and I was getting paid for it, and this is something I love to do. I love to sing, I love to entertain people, and I was getting paid for it. So that was when I knew that, no, this is going to be a thing for me, because what is the best way to make money than to make money off of something you really love to do? Then it
Yeah.
doesn't become like
It
like
doesn't
a job.
become like
It's
a job,
exactly.
yeah.
It's like a passion. It's like something. It's like a hobby you do. So I think that was when I realized that I'm really going to take music like on the professional scene.
Because what you just said is, like, obviously money being a slight, a little motivator as far as, like, getting into music. But obviously your passion comes from music
Yes,
first.
yes.
And obviously when you start, earning money from little clubs and stuff like that, you realize, oh, okay, there could be something from this. And then obviously then, you know, D-Black picked you up. So then take us to that moment where you had those conversations in signing, and like, how did you feel as in like it boosted your presence even more?
Yeah. I mean, it actually happened. I was at lectures one time and I got a message from him on Instagram. He's like, "Oh, I've seen videos of you singing. I love your voice, and I want to start. I'm starting a record label with my producer Breezy, and I'm thinking probably I should sign you." I was like, "Oh my god!" I couldn't believe it before because I mean it's D-Black. So I asked my friend. I was like, "Is this D-Black?" And she's like, "Yeah,
a lot of people say that. They do say it. It's like, is this the real thing? Am I being punked here? What's going on?
I don't want to be. I don't like any instance of catfishing or nothing like that.
You get a lot of that anyway.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, I went and we signed the deal and everything. And from there, it's been great since then. Because, I mean, people knew me on the streets as the girl who used to sing, but now I'm more of like a brand now.
Yeah.
People, it's based on contract. So now people give me a little more respect as compared to before. And it's just amazing.
I mean, you know, your trajectory of your career is going high up like so far, and you're on your way to being like the global superstar that you're getting to be. I mean, you're already in Ghana, you're already in the UK, you're already touching our soil.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're already like touched soil since lockdowns ended, so you're already making moves already.
Yeah.
I've been listening to your catalogue, and there are a few songs that stick out to me, and I want to express them to you. So Sugar, but with Dope Nation. Oh my God, what a banger. What a banger. Like, even watching the video, I'm like, I'm trying not to get distracted at this point. Like, what is going on here? But the song was banging. Like I can go in the club and I can dance to that easily. Pepper, I like as well.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, because there's a song from the 80s. I don't know if you're aware of a band called Hot Chocolate. The one that did... you sexy thing, you. Yeah. There was another track that they did, and it kind of was reminiscent to what I felt when I listened to it. So it took me back to like a time period.
Oh, okay.
So, and you modernized it, so I like that.
Thank you.
And literally Ankanam as well. Because because the jazz elements that you applied in there, and I'm thinking like that's a chilled vibe as well. Yeah. So I really do appreciate those tracks that you put out.
Thank you so much.
In terms of like, you know, drawing inspiration and making those sort of tracks, like what gets you there? Because it sounds very unique as far as, you know, the type of Afrobeats that you're bringing out.
Well, most of the times, most of my writing is based on my life stories and then the people around me, because I'm more of like a listener than a talker. So anytime somebody's talking, I try to pick inspiration from their lives and what they're telling me about. Ooh. So most of the times when I write songs, I put myself in people's shoes, in their stories, and I try to write a whole story about it. So when people hear, they're like, "Oh, I could relate to this, your song." And another person's like, "Oh, I could relate to this part of your song." And that is what drives me most of the times, because I want to be able to tell stories through my music. It's not just about giving you vocals or you knowing I can sing. It has to be more than that. And that's what I always try to do.
And then you're certainly doing that, because like I said, like you know your catalog of music is so unique. It's very distinctive. So I can't separate you from, say, a Wizkid or a Davido, because you're in a different level as far as like the type of content you bring out. I just wanted to put something that's out there. It was put out there as a video, but you debunked rumors of D-Black and you being more than what it is. But the most interesting thing from that, I don't want to talk about that so much. What's interesting is that there was a video where you said that you're very much single and you're ready to mingle, and then you're wanting someone who's come prepared.
Yes.
So I wanted to know what it is that you're looking for as far as a man to be prepared, because, you know, you said like you don't just like the I like yous, you want more than that. So if I came to you and I said like I'm prepared, I'm ready for you, like what would you expect as far as like the preparation for the man to approach you?
So first of all, it's not just about telling me I'm prepared.
Right. Okay.
That is what people always don't get. Whenever I go for interviews and I try to tell them nobody likes me, because it's so easy for any man or anybody to just tell you I like you. Right now I can tell you I like you, but if I don't show you that I like you, how do you know you like me? I like you. Do you understand? So it's about you just knowing what you're about. I love alpha males. Like, come to me like, okay, yeah, I like you and I'm ready to show you that I like you. It's not about just telling me you like me and then the next minute you're telling the next girl you like her.
I see.
No, there has to be a difference.
It's like distinction there. It's like, this is where we are going.
Exactly. Because for me, I really, really respect myself and I see myself to be the whole big deal. So when you're coming out,
you definitely show yourself as the whole big deal.
I think you also have to see yourself as a whole big deal. So when I see you, I need to know that, okay, this is a man that wants me and is showing that he wants me.
Oof.
That's basically what I'm saying.
I like that, because the thing is, I like a bit of a challenge for me myself. You know, I'm not just gonna settle. Like, I'm more the type that eventually, if I do like, if I get to a point that I like someone,
Yeah.
I go all the way with it.
Exactly.
So it's not just a thing that's just like, oh, I like you. Like, anyone can say that. Like, I have to know that you are messing with me as much as I'm messing with you, and then we can work around it.
Yeah.
I like his style. You know, it's like a challenge thing. I like that. And you got to have Sarkodie work with you.
Yes.
And you actually said on Twitter that you had a dream that you had the chance to work with him. And obviously what's happened is dreams are coming true.
So in Ghana and around the world, especially Africa, everywhere, everybody knows Sarkodie is a very great talent and a very big deal. So, I mean, when I was coming up, I used to look up to him because in my country, Ghana, he's like a legend. Everybody bows to him wherever he goes to. So just for him to say, okay, I'm going to give you a verse without stressing me felt so good. And It's not even about the fact that I've been admiring him for so long. It just felt like, okay, he actually sees that this is somebody that is very talented and like she has a unique voice that I want to jump on a song with her. So that's what made me feel very great about the whole collaboration and everything. And believe me, when you hear the song, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've interviewed Sarkodie a couple of years ago, and even his vibe from then was you know, the come up was crazy, and just his catalogue is just on a mad level. So the fact that you got the chance to even get that opportunity, and obviously all things are like, it just seems like the universe was talking to you.
It just happened like that. With my career, I always say it had to be God and then the universe, because I believe in the universe and I believe in God, and everything just worked out according to his plan, because I didn't plan all of these. I had sent Sarkodie about 5 songs. I'm serious. I've sent
5 songs, you know.
5 songs, and all the time it's like, no, I'm gonna get back to you.
But you were determined to keep pushing those songs.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, that for this time around, I just sent it to him, and that evening he's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, what's happening?
What?
Yes, because I was expecting it to be like 2 months or a year, because I've sent him like a couple of songs and he just did it and sent it to me. I was like, no, this has to be God in the universe.
See, this is what I like about you even more, is that you're so determined. You don't give up. You're so, like, you know, you're stubborn in your ways to say, like, I'm going to make sure that this is going through
happens,
and people are paying attention.
Yes.
And Sarkodie eventually did.
Yes.
So I love all that. I love a girl like that. It makes me feel good. I mean, obviously in terms of collaborations, I mean, you're here in the UK right now. You know, God blessing that you're here.
Yeah.
Has there been anyone on our side that you've been hearing about that you would love to work with in the future?
Yes, I've heard of Stormzy. I've heard of Mixed Band.
I love Miss Banks.
Yeah, I've heard of Brenya. I think Dave. I met one Dave and composers and something like that. When I performed that party in the park, I met a few of them.
Right.
That, you know, back in Ghana, we know them, but we don't really know their faces and stuff like that. So now, I think my strategist and then my PR, we are planning to go to the studio. I think I'm going to the studio with Brenya today. Yeah. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get something.
I mean, Miss Banks, I've known her career since 2014, where she had her first mixtape out, and you know, it wasn't mixed at the time, but I saw her come up. It's so glowing, and I'm so happy for her career that's blossomed. I would love to see you work with Miss Banks.
We're gonna talk about.
I mean, you're gonna. I already say you've already got talks there. You get it. And then of course you got your popping song out right now, like E-Choke, with Mr. Drew, #1 in Ghana. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, when I was thinking E-Choke originally, I was thinking like, am I electronically choking someone from one screen to the other? Like I thought like. I was thinking like, this didn't make sense. It's like electronically going, but then I realized it's not actually the case. That was just my first interpretation before listening to the song. So I mean, you know, talk to us about, you know, E-Choke and how you got that song together, and why this single to really push out there.
Okay, so when you look in the dictionary, it's talking about just to choke on something.
Right.
As in like, okay, you're drinking water and you're choking, or you're eating and you're choking.
Right.
But you know, in Africa, we have Davido. Davido started this trend where it's like, Ichoko, when he's too excited about something. So it's just to express like an excitement or a point of excitement. So it's like, Ichoko. And everybody was saying it. And I wasn't understanding why everybody was saying it. And I was like, okay, I'm a creative person. I love to create stuff. So instead of me being a singer and just sitting there and just shouting Ichoko, I should just use it for a song.
Right.
So I used it for a song, and I called the artist Mr. Drew, and I was like, okay, I have a song that I want you to be on, because when I heard the beat, it had you written all over the beat. And he's like, okay, I'm going to come by the studio. And he came, we created the song from scratch. And it was amazing, because when we just released it within that same month, and it just blew up. it
Yeah, because you
went
said it
crazy.
took not even a couple of weeks to get done. It was like,
No, it was like a couple of minutes. A couple
wow,
of minutes. We did it in a
that's
couple
like
of
a record.
Exactly. And when we finished, surprisingly, everybody that came to the studio and we played it for already started dancing, even though they didn't know the words of the song. And it was like it just went like that. Up to now, if you ask me how it blew up, I don't know how it blew up.
And it certainly has.
Yeah, I don't know how it blew up because people keep on asking me. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe, probably you should ask God because I don't know.
I mean,
how it
God
happened.
has helped you along the way, man. So he's the glory, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, E-Choke is out there right now. You're heading to Palm Wine Festival.
Yes. I
It
am.
has been rescheduled. I just found out yesterday. So obviously, hopefully the arrangement's still
Yeah.
there. But obviously, we mentioned Ghana Party in the Park. You've been killing it on stages coming back. I mean, how does it feel to be back on stage after so long?
It feels so good, and especially to come back with a very strong song that people know. And this is actually my first like crowded performance since COVID happened, and it's out of Ghana. And Ghana, Ghana is my comfort zone because when I go to Ghana, everybody knows me. But this is the UK. I just came here to promote myself, and I went on stage, and they were singing my songs back to me.
And you was just like, wow.
I was like, what's happening? I looked back and I was like, is this Ghana? I was checking.
We fuck with you over here.
I was like, God, that's so amazing. And I loved every bit of it. And I'm so happy that this was my first performance after COVID because it just boosted my energy and everything.
I mean, it certainly has, and you certainly got the swag. You got you're looking fine in the motherfucker like right now. So, I mean, what were you looking towards next from you? Because obviously, the media tour you got over here in the UK, you're doing other bits whilst you're here. I mean, hopefully things can lift even further. But what are we looking towards next from you?
So for me, I think the next one I'm just gonna drop the Sarkodie song because everybody keeps asking me about the Sarkodie song.
We need it.
I have to drop it, so I'm gonna drop that, and I'm looking forward to doing more collaborations with the artists here.
Right.
I mean, I love UK since I got here. The people have been so sweet to me. I think I want to be coming back and forth, so I'm gonna do more songs with them, and then just basically promoting myself, let people know me more, let people get to know me more, appreciate my brand more. So that's what I think I'm going to be doing for the next couple of months.
Well, you're certainly a busy girl. I mean,
Thank
before
you.
I let you go, I have to do this. I do this with every artist. I am a bit of a Twitter stalker.
Okay.
So I go through a lot of tweets. So there's some tweets that stood out to me, and I just wanted to get some elaboration on what you meant, just to have fun with our audience. They're lighthearted. So is that cool with you?
Okay, yeah, that's
Cool.
fine.
So the first one I came across, this was actually what you said in 2020, and this one really stood out to me. I practically walked in on dude with another girl in his bed, cuddling, and he just said, "Ow, we are just friends."
Yes, that's
I mean, how can you be friends and cuddling though?
God. I used to see this guy, right? And then he's always like, "Oh, I love you. You mean everything to me." Da, 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 da. So I was like, okay. He didn't know I was coming to school that time.
Right.
And then I just went into his hostel, and he's with another girl, and I'm like, "What's happening?" He's like, "Oh, that's my friend. That's my friend." But she's basically wearing your boxer shorts and your shirt. I'm like, this one there, it really choke because I don't understand what's happening. And he's like, "It's my friend. Can you imagine?" And do you know the excuse he gave me? He's like, "Oh, her boyfriend broke up with her, so she was crying, so she came to comfort."
Oh,
And
so
I was
like rebound shit.
Are you serious?
That's some rebound shit.
I have a lot of stories to tell. My life is a mess. That's why it's crazy. It's so crazy.
I mean, cuddling and being friends, that's kind of a no-no. Kind of a no-no.
Especially wearing your boxer shorts and your singlet.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious.
Wear that. I don't wear. Why is she wearing it? And she's on your bed, and it's not as though they're just. It's like.
For fuck's sake. Well, that's cancellation right there on that part. Next one is, I want to be so rich. I called my mama and say, "Mama, I want to buy you 2 houses just for waking up today."
Yeah.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom means everything to me. My mom, because she started this whole thing, and I mean, whenever I talk about my mom, I get so emotional because she has been supporting me from day one. She's the one that I used to make plans with, because my dad from the beginning, even though he was more of like, okay, follow your dreams, he wasn't really on board with the whole music thing, because he felt like, okay, you have a degree, why don't you just do business? Like, do business, get money and stuff like that. But my mom, anytime I'm going to perform somewhere, and let me tell you one thing, I went for an audition in Ghana, right? And I wasn't picked, so I came back home and I just went straight to my room and I was crying. Wow. And my mom came to them and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, I just went for an audition and I wasn't picked. Right. And then she was like, "Oh, some people have to go through that in order to make it in life, but some people also have to work for it." Wow. So maybe you didn't make it through that way, but you can make it. So she started everything. She has been my backbone since day one. Wow. So anytime I get any little money, I just want to
Do you know what? That's what I'm doing.
Spend
as soon as
my
I get
money.
rich, my mum's getting a house
exactly,
without question.
Exactly. So my mom, she means everything to me.
Oh, God bless you. You're certainly a family woman, I can tell.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you're definitely
I am.
that. Last one, just to end off. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Bold to defend for whatever. The cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility.
Yeah.
Make us cherish fearless honesty. And help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore. Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I put my mic down. That's how you know it's deep. So what were you thinking at the time when you came up with this?
So, we had a little bit of chaos back home. That's Ghana. And they were killing the youth because apparently we were standing up for our rights. We were telling them we didn't like some things because, way back, people have this perception of Africa that we are suffering and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
I speak to a lot of our African artists like that. But y'all have mansions over there.
Exactly. And most of the times, they always blame it on us that, okay, we are not fixing ourselves as human beings. But I think it has to do with the government because they are pretending like they don't know what we are talking about. They're pretending like, okay, because we are using social media as a means to communicate with them, it doesn't really make sense because they haven't heard it. And then they are killing us whenever we are protesting. And I'm like, when it comes to our national anthem, right? Anywhere you are, you have to stand up. They don't care if you are crippled, if you are crying. You have to stand up and put your hands on your chest and then say, God bless our homeland Ghana, and recite the whole thing. So now we are basically telling you what you tell us to recite every day in the anthem, and you are killing us. That is what I don't get. So it's like, fix the country. They have to really fix Ghana because we are going through so much that we can't even talk about, and it's very depressing.
Wow. I mean, one thing that's not depressing is your energy. It's your joyfulness and how goddamn sexy you are. I got to thank you for your time. I wish I had more time with you, but I know we've got to wrap up because I know you've got more famous shit to do. So I ain't going to hold you up much longer.
Oh, no.
If you can tell our audience where they can catch you on all the socials, what's coming up, the floor is yours, sweetheart. And if you can look at that camera there.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, my name is Sefa and I'm an artist from Ghana and also planning to come here. I have amazing songs you could check out. So you can check out my social media handles, Sefa_GH, S3FA_GH.
Well, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, first international artist coming into the UK, and I've already got a bundle of joy from this interview. So make sure you check up on Sefa. There's a whole bunch of catalogue worth checking, so please check it out. I mean, Sefa, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me. You're so fun. I loved your interview.
Yes. That's what I'm here for, ladies and gentlemen. So, Billz, I'm out.